Hey everyone, it's Ray. This week I've been talking about God's promises to us. Recently I was reading through the Bible about the journey of the Israelites to the land the Lord had promised them. Their journey was a long one, fraught with fear, impatience, and even doubt. Sometimes when I think about everything that the Lord saved them from and how He so clearly had His hand on them during their journey, I wonder how they were so quick to sin and become skeptical of what God had promised to them, even when He performed miracle after miracle right before their very eyes. Then I quickly remembered the sin nature of humans and how it's easy to fall into the trap of doubting God. Because sometimes when God seems silent, our flesh confuses it as a promise left unfulfilled. We can tend to start questioning things and thinking that maybe what the Lord told us wasn't in fact the Lord speaking after all, or maybe we were just being hopeful and now we're waiting for something that just isn't going to come to pass. I don't know what promises you're waiting for the Lord to answer, but I'd like to remind you that the Bible says in Joshua chapter 21, verse 45, not a single one of all the good promises the Lord had given to the family of Israel was left unfulfilled. Everything He had spoken came true. Everything. He did not hold back one single promise from them. I'm sure many of the Israelites would have preferred their journey to be much shorter and maybe less complicated. In fact, Exodus chapter 13, verse 17 says, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. For God said if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. But God is a deliberate God, so that means that everything He does it for a reason. And sometimes, as tough as this can be, that might mean that we won't fully know why things have happened until we get to heaven. I've talked about this before, and most recently during Mother's Day, but my husband and I walked through a very difficult season of multiple consecutive pregnancy losses. And while I don't know why we had to lose in the end, we gained 2 precious baby girls. We definitely struggled with what seemed like unanswered promises, but eventually the Lord brought His good promises to pass, just like He brought the Israelites to their glorious land in His perfect timing. So here's a challenge. Think about your life for 1 second. What is an area of your life where God has shown Himself to be the God who fulfilled a promise? Maybe you long to be a mother and now you have a child. Maybe you really wanted to go to school for something and now it's happened. Any promise or dream or longing of your heart that the Lord has fulfilled. So now this is where we usually remember the glossy parts and forget the obstacles that the Lord overcame in order to bring that promise to pass. I want you to do something right now. I want you to pray and to thank Him for delivering on that promise and thank Him for moving those obstacles. We want to hear your story. Post your story in the comments or email me at contact@manna.church. I'll see you tomorrow.